Good afternoon, everybody. This is Echo here. So on my today's video, I am going through this really incredible Oracle set. But before I go through and talk about the set, I would like to say that on this Friday, I'll be releasing another video in regards to being a male Wiccan. So let's just kickstart this video off. Let's get to it. Okay everybody, so I'd like to start this video off and say that this set to me really drew into me. I actually got this for my birthday very recently, it just came, and do you know what? Spirit animals are something that I very much love to research quite a lot, and so this one was something really special to me. I've watched quite a few videos online where people have done their own reviews on this, and I thought, wow, do you know what, great, when can I get one? So let's start off with reading the back. So the Spirit Animal Oracle. The spirits residing in the natural world have much to share, and the secrets of the forgotten language are now available to you through the Spirit Animal Oracle. They urge us to reclaim our central truth that we are one with in the spirit, connected to every living thing on this earth in a unified consciousness. With the draw of a card, you can share in this wisdom and better navigate your life, move beyond the obstacles of your perceived limitations, and tune into your infinite potential. Represented in the 68 cards of this beautifully illustrated oracle card deck are the highest spirits of different animals, insects, fish, and birds. Every animal has a transcendent archetype. Do you know, if I say that word wrong, I am so sorry. I do know the word, it's just not coming out. So, symbolism, a universal meaning holding a message of deep, enduring truth, with guidance from an intuitive master and oracle expert, Colette Baron-Reid. You can now awaken to your partnership with spirit and to co-create with reality in service to the world. So, I do have a few sets of hers. There's one that was I just recently used, and it was the Crystal Spirit one, and that is just amazing. So if this is anything like that one, then I am more than happy. So let's get into it. You know, the one thing I do love about this as well is a really nice sturdy box. It's quite thick, and I do love how it opens up. It's got like a little magnet there, but as you do open it up, and the illustration on this is just incredible. So you open up, it says this: the spirits residing in the natural world have much to share, and the secrets of the forgotten language are now available to you. And then on the sides it does say the abundant universe will provide. Another thing I love about cards in general is that when they have this, it just makes it so much easier for you to pick the cards up. I do have a set, it's actually my most used set ever, by Judy Hall. It's the Crystal Oracle card, and as much as I do love that set, it would have been much more nicer if I could have had something like this, because after a while the cards do kind of like rub, which is quite annoying, but this, I'm impressed with this, really impressed. Okay, so the book itself is really thick, but it's quite normal for Colette to be doing this. She is very informative of how she goes through each of the cards, and she goes through not just the normal meaning as well, but it's like a version of a reversed card meaning, but she calls it protection message. But another thing I love about this book as well is that they do have numbers on the cards, so it just makes it a lot more easier for you to kind of navigate through the book, and it's actually in the first few pages as well, so it's just so much easier. So as you do go through, she does have like a little few welcome pages, then how to work with the cards. What I usually do with any cards that I have, before I even think about using it, I will make a bond with it, but before even doing that, I'll make sure the cards are cleansed. So there's many ways you can cleanse the cards. Two of the most common ones that I use, at least, is I'll either use a cleanser stick, so it could be like a white sage stick, or crystals. So you can use a carnelian. If you've got a carnelian crystal, just lay on top of the card, set the intention for it to be cleansed and clear, or even use a selenite. So I've got a nice big selenite ball here, which I usually just sit on top of the card deck. And now we'll just get rid of any energies that were there. If it's been in the shop or anything, it's going to be stagnant energy, and you know, nobody wants that. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. And very quickly, I'm going to go through each card just very quickly so you can see all the illustrations and everything. They, like I said, I haven't really used them, so they are still in their number order. I haven't really even made the full-on bond with this, but because it's just a video, I think it'd be safe for me to do that, at least right now. So let's go for it. Okay, so Ant Spirit. Another thing I love about these cards as well is that if you was to use your intuition quite a lot, you can actually see what the cards would really represent into you. So like, well, she even has like a few little keywords here as well. So Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. Obviously, antelopes are really, really fast. It's one of the most fastest animals in life. Just kind of like how your, well, life is speeding up for you. So, you know, it is quite, if you use your intuition, it's quite easy to kind of navigate through these cards. But illustrations on these are just incredible. So 68 she's got in total on this deck, which I love. But yeah, the colours on these just, they really stand out. So the illustration, I mean, it does say on the box who did the illustrations, and I definitely hold my hat off to Jenna. Bobcat, got the brown bear spirit, buffalo. But I don't know about you, but when you do like cards and stuff, and when you start going through each card, there is some particular cards that stand out more than the others to me. I mean, especially for me, I'm very much a bird person, so I love seeing like these sort of bird cards. Especially that, it just looks so Egyptian. So, another thing you know about me as well is that I love my Egyptian stuff. My whole flat here is actually just covered, and in my next video you'll probably end up seeing it. Chameleon, act as if, cow. I mean, look at that. It's even got like a sort of like Native American sort of style to it as well, which is just stunning. Deer spirit. A lot of people obsess over this card. I mean, I was watching my reviews, there's a lot of, on YouTube, there's a lot of people who said this one was probably the one that actually stood out the most for him. And you gotta admit that is pretty cute, right? Dolphin, got your dove, dragonfly. Again, wow. Just wow. Spirit has your back. Electric. There's actually a few animals in here I haven't even thought about putting in the deck. But yeah, she really does go through it quite well. And let the fox spirit, think on your feet. Actually, matter of fact, I'd like to see some comments on here as well about how you lot would start off with your cards. I mean, how would you cleanse it? How do you bond with your cards? You personally, what works best for you? That'd be really nice to see in the comments, actually. I am actually going to be putting on these videos as well a link to my Twitter account, which I'm just opening up. It'd be really cool if I can get some direct messages and maybe get some. I don't know if you can give like a little bit of what you would like to see in these videos and all this sort of thing. It'd be really, really nice. But I am starting to think that maybe Wednesdays would be a card day for at least 4 weeks. So I do like 4 decks for each of those weeks, and maybe do something else on the Wednesdays. Friday I've got another video coming up this week. It's to do with being a male Wiccan. So please stay tuned. I mean, look at that. There's how they actually represent into the heart. Otter spirit, you're never alone. That's just amazing. Owl spirit. I mean, this is quite a handy deck as well if you've just done like a few meditations recently about trying to find out who your animal spirit is, and maybe connecting to your animal spirit. This is another good way with these cards to connect with them. Pig spirit. Okay, rabbit spirit. Okay. And these cards aren't really too chunky either, and they do slip off. They feel quite matte, so they do kind of roll quite nice. And yeah, I could see me shuffling with these quite well. Spider spirit, squirrel. See, you know, that's what you see in the front cover. It's just amazing. So those are the cards. They are really nice. I do love, even just going through them as I just did, is you just kind of get this really strong energy vibe about them. You know this is just going to be a very strong deck to work with. I don't think I would personally use these a lot because of just how vibey they do come across, but it is something that I would use maybe as some sort of healing for someone, including myself. But yeah, it's definitely something that really drew me in with these cards. Is just the intensity of it. But yeah, going back to the book, she does go through about like the wee spreads you can have and use. I mean, look here, using a 7-card spread for new moon. So she even puts in about the moons in here. So I would be surprised if she's got one here for the full moon. But again, I need to go through this a bit more myself. I've only just started reading a little bits about it. So what I've seen of this just from the reviews that I've got from other people. But I am starting to think that maybe on the channel I might actually do a few live videos in future where I might be able to give people a few readings myself. But yeah, as you go through, so if you're not really familiar with working with oracle cards or tarot or anything like that, how they generally work is that you have to ask a question, but it can't really be a yes or no question. It has to be something like, okay, let's just give you an example. Where am I on life right now, and what can I do to help to improve it? So you would go through a card. If you want to do a 1-card pull right now, for an example, I'm just going to do a dummy one. So I'll pull one out, obviously after me shuffling it. And okay, so cat spirit, claim your independence. So obviously the more you use the cards, the more you'll be familiar with the actual reading itself. But the first time round, I would recommend just using the book just to help you go through. So number 13, you go on here, 13 cat spirit, page 41. So that's how easy it is to kind of navigate through it. So page 41, I am nowhere near it, there you go. So oracle message is, when cat spirit meows, she is calling you to claim your independence and allow for some space between you and others in your life. The only way you can grow in all your relationships now is to have a healthy sense of self-respect and self-worth. When you walk with dignity, knowing who you are, self-aware and willing to grow, trusting the value you bring, the world will mirror all this back to you in kind. When you say no to codependency and enmeshment, live and let live, and practice taking risks as you wander into new territory for you. Cat spirit rejoices. She is here to urge you to let your independent spirit roam free. So if my question was what I just said about where am I in life right now and how can I go to improve it, what this would probably be saying to me right now, if you were to kind of go back to it, is just to be a bit more independent in myself and to kind of allow a breathing space between me and my relationships I have, and then it'll kind of start growing from there. But if you go from protection message, so this is kind of like a reversed meaning. It says this may be the time you are facing some unpredictable situations. Are you hesitant to take a risk? Too cautious to jump into something new because you fear you can't trust yourself? Cat Spirit is saying, go for it, because you will land on your feet. If nothing seems to be going according to plan, there is no reason to worry. Cat Spirit loves to mix up, and these seeming upsets will actually bring you some wondrous and unexpected opportunities. Get ready to pounce, as you may be called to jump into something new at that moment's notice. At this time, your instincts are keen and your intuition is sharp. Remember, even a temporary failure can lead to a spectacular success, so embrace the adventure. You are sure-footed and can trust yourself. So there's so many things you can take from this, but yeah, if you want to connect to your animal spirits and you need some sort of like little leeway there, maybe using this deck, I would probably really recommend. I mean, it's something I'm going to be doing myself, but from what I can see right now, I love it. I love the way it's represented. I love the illustrations. I love the little meanings that are in here, even just reading from that. I mean, that was an accidental pull for me. I mean, I'll just done it for the video, but even to me, for that question, it actually kind of resonated with me. So please take on this video and see what you think. If you are thinking about getting some Oracle card sets and you don't know where to start, I would recommend this, but the energies from this are so intense. I don't know, I think I would probably recommend something a bit small to begin with. But if they are really calling out to you, then do it. Seriously, do it. But the best way to learn with Oracle cards is just to get a set. The good thing about Colette as well is that she goes through each step very carefully. I mean, she has so many ways she does readings. I mean, usually when you do a 1, 2, 3 spread, it's about past, present and future, usually. But yeah, I would really recommend it. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching my video. There will be more to come. Maybe in my next video I might actually do a proper reading myself with this deck to kind of go on. So stay tuned for next Wednesday, and I will see you then. Thank you.